Mag here at freetradingvideos.com. Well, the market remains just testing my patience. Talk about nothing going on the last couple days. Good moves intraday, but pretty quiet out there. Besides a small move down right at the end of the day, we basically stayed inside of yesterday's range. And as you can see here, the Nasdaq's just slightly outperforming on a 20-day basis. You got the S&P down about 3%, Nasdaq down about 1%, and the Dow Jones here down about 2%. So they're stretched across the board, but the Nasdaq is outperforming just a hair here. Commodities are where the action was today. Gold, oil, all that stuff. The euro, everything took off big. But again, a lot of sell signals here, a lot of extremely high type situations. And notice they all showed up here at the bottom as well. Something happened with my sector chart, so I can't show you that today. But basically the commodities helped out your basic materials and your industrials with, believe it or not, the financials taking it hardest on the chin. Let's take a look at some of these charts. Here's a chart of the S&P 500, and again, you can see it just stalling out right here. Now, the momentum looks good, so I got to roll the dice and say it's at least still going to make it up here. Until I see some change down here, that's where my money's got to sit. Here's your industrials, which are right here along the top, one of the better performing groups today, but it's got to get above this resistance area for it to mean too much. The other one was basic materials, but we've got a long ways to go back up to this high before we get any form of a breakout. Real estate finally took a bit of a break, hit this old point here and turned around pretty good, but we had a nice run. We'll start watching this momentum and see what it does as the break occurs here. Technology, again, just with the Nasdaq outperforming, you can see we're just starting to get above this zero line and showing a little bit of strength, making me think it wants to break out of this sideways channel to the upside. Utilities, again, still just grinding itself down, and the big hit today was the financial area. Big drop there, and again, still more sideways than anything. I have to give this more of an up bias because of our momentum here, but let me show you this Urban Outfitters trade. Now this was a trade I showed you we got in when it broke this 31 area. Everything looked good. Again, notice the nice breakout. It's coming back to retest it. Probably pause for a day or two. And not as much volume as you'd like to see on a breakout on this trade. Going back to the markets, one thing about this momentum, you guys, you got to keep in mind, everything looks good here for a break to the upside. The problem with momentum is one piece of bad news and it can flip this whole thing. Again, like I said yesterday, the number I'm a little concerned about is that employment number on Friday. You guys enjoy. We'll see you tomorrow.